Hi, it's Matthais Unidostres here, and this is just a little bit kind of an afterword for my Equestria games review yesterday. So before I start, I want to give a shout out to Brickboy1894 for being the first person to comment on my review video, and he gave me some good insight on it. Yeah, like he liked the episode, so our opinions differed. So he gave reasons to why maybe my arguments weren't exactly valid, or there was ways for it to make sense. Anyway, he gave good insight, and he really should make a review of his own. It would be a good contrast to mine if he decides to do so. Anyway, thanks Brickboy1894. Thank you, you're the best. Anyway, so I'm going to address a few things that happened in my review, maybe explain them. Why do I did instead of what I said. Okay, first of all, there was a part of the review where I have the nostalgia critic getting mad at the song, but then he just takes the Lord's name in vain. He says God really loud, and looking back, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's because I always say, "Oh my gosh!" I never use taking the name of the Lord's name in vain. Yeah. Well, you see, the mindset behind when I did that was a little different. You see, when I first saw Equestria games, I felt both insulted and violated at the same time. I felt like the writers, I felt like this episode, insulted my intelligence, slapped me across the face, and wow, it was just tough. I didn't laugh once. It was agonizingly slow, agonizingly stupid. And I felt kind of cheated by the fact that this isn't the Equestria games. This is Spike's story. All this build up for nothing, and all we got is a dumb Spike episode where Spike looked like an idiot being stupid, and it was just so stupid and horrible. And the resolution wasn't good. It felt like a huge, enormous ripoff, and I expect more from this show. This is My Little Pony Adventures Magic. This is so quality, and they give us this garbage. I mean, wow! I was just shocked and oh man! And you see why I was so shocked and so offended and so violated that I actually just said, kind of silently prayed, God, why do you let this horrible episode happen? How could this happen? This is terrible. Why? And of course, this kind of stupid thing to pray about. It's just a cartoon, but doesn't change the fact that that's what I thought. That's why I kind of silently prayed. So, and that was still running in my mind as I was making this episode, along with my anger. So when they got to that nostalgia clip, I left that clip in there because that was kind of how I felt. Seriously, I know it doesn't excuse me for it, and I really should have done that. I am sorry. But I am willing to repent for that, and I'll make sure in the future not to allow myself to do that again. Not to take the lesson in vain or use any clips to let people do that. I won't be doing that ever again. Okay, another thing about that song Spike sings. No, the funny thing is, even the people who like this episode didn't like that part. They had to change it, Josh Scorcher on FOBEquestria. He had to change it. He had to turn the TV off when that scene came. He couldn't watch it, and it felt. And again, I always said this, but it felt like false advertising because 2 seasons build up the Equestria games, and I guess we did kind of get the Equestria games, but it was more focused on Spike. To me, it would have been better if it had been A plot and the B plot. The B plot is Spike in the background who has going through his problems. And the A plot is the Equestria games. You could have had the part where Spike has trouble lighting the torch. You could have the part where Spike has trouble lighting the torch. That part, of course. Then after that, you could have had then at the end, you could have had the ice cloud and the fireworks ceremony. But what they should have done is taken out the part where Spike sings the song and add more Equestria games. That second act could have been the games, the action, all the different events, because we only saw 2 events, and we didn't see the Griffins, really. They could have taken that second act and expanded upon the Griffins and the events, and it would have been really fun. But unfortunately, we don't get that. We just get Spike making a big fool of himself from all the Equestria. I mean, this is kind of crushing. This, like, he's pretty much in front of the whole world. These games are big. This isn't really. I fail to see the comedy in this. So yeah, again, I didn't laugh a single chuckle during this. Not a single chuckle, smirk, or laugh came out of me during this episode. And the fact that Spike is being given the sword end of the stick, and that Deus Ex Machina, that song was so annoying. And here we go. I got extremely angry, and now I'm at this point. Once again, a Spike episode is mediocre at best and awful at worst. And this is the worst. And one more thing. You have to realize that, as you can see from the satirical disclaimers at the end of my video when I talk about the Urban Realist, and my general style of using the nostalgic clips and the clips in general during my review, it's obvious that I am a confused Matthew / nostalgia critic / angry video game nerd type reviewer. I'm not exactly serious. I like to kind of rant to get angry, and a lot of my videos are exaggerations. Sure, this episode did get me angry, but I wasn't as angry as I appeared. And also, I want to apologize for the nostalgia critic shooting Pinkie Pie in the face comment. That was uncalled for. I apologize for that. Just I hate to see a good character get so butchered like this. I mean, if Spike isn't getting abused, Pinkie Pie is being turned into someone so stupid, so oblivious that it's not even funny. Come on, Pinkie Pie, you're better than this. Well, that's my afterword for Equestria games. I still think it's the worst episode ever. And Dr. Wolf, if you're listening, please let's set up that appointment because I need some therapy.